class, it is Mrs. Gilling back here again to give you information on your Unit 2 video assignment. I want to dig further in and give you more information on your project and what you get to do this time. And so let's move right into it today. So lesson 6 is when you're going to start working back on your project, and this is what you're going to do for lesson 6 for this project step. So for this step of your project, you will review the project prompt and complete an outline that will break down your essay into parts. Once you have completed the outline, you will need to upload the document for grading. So let me show you kind of what that looks like. This is what is in FlipSwitch. You're going to make a document on your own following this template that you see here. So you're going to make a Google Doc or a Word doc and fill it out somewhat like this. So you're going to first do information on your introduction. So super simple. You're just going to write what your introductory sentence might be and what your thesis statement for your essay would be. Then you're going to do the same thing for your first body paragraph. Do your first topic sentence. Write a topic sentence describing the British goods map and the British profits graph, then provide an analysis of the data. So you'd say, I looked at this graph and this map, and they let me know this about British imperialism. And then you give your 3 facts that support it. And you're going to do the same thing throughout. So the second body paragraph, you're going to talk about the English imperial octopus, provide your 3 facts. And then third paragraph, an account of the opening of the Indian Mutiny at Meerut, 1847, and provide your 3 facts. And then you're going to give information on the conclusion. So restate your thesis statement, summarize the facts that support your thesis statement. So essentially, you're going to just review your 3 main points and then list your sources. So if you remember from last time, all the information you need from for this paper or for this slideshow, if you choose to do so, is found in FlipSwitch, but you still need to cite your sources. If you completed the assignments in Unit 1 or in Unit 1, excuse me. If you complete all the assignments in Unit 1 and you looked at those different graphs and charts, then you should have the information that you need to put your works cited. It does need to be an MLA format. So when you put it in, just put down your citations here and it'll make it a lot easier. Now remember, I did say you can do a slideshow. So if you're going to do this outline for the slideshow, here you would say, slide 1. What are you going to put on slide 1? And you still need to have an introductory sentence and a thesis statement. You still need to have the same information. You're just putting it on a slide instead of paper. So you'd say slide 1, introduction, I'm including this information. Slide 2, I'm going to have this information about the graphs and whatnot. You still need to include all of the same information. You can just include a graph form. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, let me know. But straightforward again, as long as you complete this, and I can tell you're doing your best effort and you do it all the way, then you'll get 100%. Now I'll give you some feedback to say, hey, you might want to tweak this or change this before you turn in your rough draft, but that'll be your start there. So turn this in. There's no reason not to turn it in. Just get that done for me, and you'll be on the right track for your papers or for your slideshows. Let's go back to our slideshow here. Excuse me. So that's lesson 6. And then in lesson 10, you're going to be doing something else. So here's your next project step. So in lesson 10, I want you to write a 1-paragraph introduction, your primary source essay. So at this point, you should already have your 3 body paragraphs. So now you're going to write your introduction. Your introductory paragraph must be a minimum of 3 sentences and clearly state the intentions of your project. Remember to include a thesis statement that connects to your essay to the project prompt. You may put this on a slide if you prefer. So either write your introduction for your worksheet or for your paper, or write an introduction for your slideshow. Step 2, add your 3 body paragraphs from the analysis section of the project. You may put this on 3 different slides after your introduction if you choose to do a slideshow presentation instead. Step number 3, write a 1-paragraph conclusion. Your conclusion will provide a logical end to your project. It should typically consist of 3 to 5 sentences. A well-written conclusion will restate your thesis statement and offer a quick synopsis of your idea or supporting facts. So in lesson 10, you're just putting everything back together again. So you've done things in pieces. So at the beginning, you looked at those different documents and you wrote 3 paragraphs. So those are your 3 body paragraphs. And now you're making your introduction and your conclusion, and you're going to also include the sources for your project. So this is just putting all the puzzle pieces together, making sure that it flows. So either making your essay or making your slideshow presentation, but you're putting all of the information together into one big thing. It's making it all coherent. It's honestly, essays, they sound overwhelming, they sound scary, but when you break them down like this, they're not too hard. If you have any questions, let me know. But the key things to remember here, that in your introduction, you want to have a strong thesis statement. You want to make sure the reader knows what you're going to talk about. A thesis statement is a bold sentence that says, this is what my essay is about. And then let the reader know your 3 main points in your introduction. Then you include your 3 body paragraphs, and at the end, restate it all. What was your thesis statement? And what did you talk about in your essay? And then include the sources in MLA format, and you should be good to go. And then you'll upload your rough draft into FlipSwitch. So here in Unit 2, you're going to turn 2 things in. You're going to turn in that outline, and you're going to turn in your rough draft. And again, just like with the outline for your rough draft, as long as you turn it in and I can tell you put your best effort in and it's complete. And so complete means that you have a full rough draft. So you have your introduction, 3 body paragraphs, your conclusion, and your citations. As long as you have those, you get 100%. If you're missing something, then you get 0% until you turn it into me again with that information included, and then I'll give you the 100%. Now, just because you get 100% on a rough draft does not mean you'll get 100% on the final draft. I'm using the rough draft to give you feedback, so please look back to the feedback I leave you on your rough drafts so that you can see what areas you need to improve on, what things you need to tweak or change before you turn in your final draft later on. So if you have any questions at all about this, as always, please let me know. I don't want anyone to be confused. It sounds kind of hard on paper, but once you start working on it, break it down, you realize it's not too complicated at all. So let me know. I have those live office hours still on Thursdays, and I'm more than willing to help you in whatever way that I can. But now that you've watched this, please go and take some time now in our Google Classroom and complete the Unit 2 video assignment. And also, one more thing before we go on. I wanted to let you know your prompt for the Unit 2 current event discussion assignment. So it's the same kind of thing as Unit 1, except you have different topics. So first, pick one of the following topics from the unit. 1, the Battle of Tannenberg. 2, the Treaty of Versailles. Or 3, the Blood and Iron speech. So pick one of those topics. Write your first paragraph discussing the topic, explaining what it is. Your second paragraph, writing a short synopsis or an overview of an article that you found online or in a newspaper that relates to the topic you picked. And third paragraph, how does the topic you picked and your current event that you found relate to each other? And after you do that, all you got to do at the end is put the link to the article at the bottom. And once you've done that, you are done. Remember, you do not do the prompts that are found in FlipSwitch. You do these instead, and you just write this in one of the discussion prompt sections. So you can do it for lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Doesn't matter to me. Just make sure you're putting it in a lesson section and you're putting periods so you can move on from there. So if you have any questions about this, let me know. Okay, now we're done. Now you can go to our Google Classroom and complete excuse me, I'm on a roll today. You can complete your video assignment. So good luck with this unit and with your rough drafts and your outlines, and let me know if you have any questions, and good luck in your other class as well. I hope things are going well for you so far.